Hi and welcome to part 2, our Clickfunnels 2.0 training series. Video 1, which we dropped not so long ago, was telling you what a sales funnel is and going into the account dashboard to give you a quick overview of the software. In today's training video, what we'll be going over is how to quickly set up the Clickfunnels 2.0 software so that you can start building your funnels and start designing your own income as quickly as possible. As always, my name is Travis and I'm the co-founder of Funnel Ninjas. So if you haven't yet, please make sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe, and tap on the notification bell, because helping me is going to help you to create amazing sales funnels and design the income that you want. On this channel, we're going to be serving up a lot of great tips and tricks in order to build sales funnels that look great, are seamless, and at the end of the day, convert so that you can start to make some money online. Now, if you haven't yet, I just want to take a second to mention that we do have a Facebook group, which is called Beginner Funnel Hacker Support. I just want to take a second to let you know we have created a free Facebook group. I will drop the link in the description below, but basically it's called Beginner Funnel Hacker Support, and it's a group that is free for you to join. You can go in there. They're going to be like-minded individuals, beginners, intermediate, pros, whatever it might be, but you're able to ask questions, get the answers that you need so you can kind of get past the blockages that might be holding you back from creating sales funnels. We're also going to be looking at hosting some live Q&A and a lot of special offers and events that'll be going into that group. So please do make sure to go and join that. If you haven't joined the Your First Funnel Challenge yet, or perhaps you haven't heard of it or what it's about, I'm going to put a link below. You can go and sign up to the 5-day challenge over there. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you access to resources, calls, training. If you take VIP, you're going to get a 30-day free trial to ClickFunnels 2.0 as well, to test drive the software, create sales funnels, and actually start making money online. It's a fantastic resource. You get handheld through the whole process, and it really will take you into the psychology of sales funnels, how to build them out and stuff like that. Plus, as I add a bonus for signing up via my link, I'm going to go ahead and I'll create your first sales funnel template, which is going to be personalized to your niche, to your business, to your offer, which is going to be a really great way to get started really quickly, as well as you're going to be able to get access to the training I'm busy putting together, which will be a course that'll show you from A to Z how to correctly build your sales funnel. That'll be design, automation, integrations, the different structures, the different sales funnel types you can be using. So it's a ton of value, and you're going to be getting it for free just by using my link below for the Your First Funnel Challenge, where you're going to be able to join that 5-day challenge. So let's go ahead and jump into the dashboard and let's take a look. All right, so as you can see over here, this is your dashboard out here. As you start to develop and build this, you're going to get a lot of overviews on this front end over here. So what we're going to go do is we're going to go ahead and jump into the Sites and Funnels tab. And from there, we're going to kind of get started on what I would like to show you guys. So let's go ahead and drop down to Site Settings. In your Site Settings, you're going to be looking at changing your site title, so that everything comes up as it should, as well as being able to add your logo and your favicon. Your favicon is the little icon that appears in the top tab of the browser. You can go ahead and Google search favicon or whatever it might be. There'll be some converters there, but the gist of it, you want a square image, perhaps like a part of your logo or something that represents your logo that'll fit in there. It's not completely necessary, it just looks professional. By default, you're going to have the little ClickFunnels logo on your URL, your domain, if you don't go ahead and change your favicon. Anyway, your tracking codes can be pasted in here as well as you can start selecting different themes for the different parts of your site here. Your SEO and sharing right here, this is when you kind of share it with a friend or a colleague or a potential client, whether that be on a messenger, whatever it might be. That'll bring you a title in your post as well as a featured image. So if you're a personal brand, for example, it would be an image of you. If you're selling a product, you might have an image of that product, and you're also able to go and put a description of what it is, so that when you're sharing your link with people to go over to your domain, your site, it looks super professional and they immediately understand what your stuff is about. So it's a really great way of doing that. From there, let's go ahead and jump back onto our overview, and we're going to start getting more into how to customize our theme and stuff like that. So with ClickFunnels 2.0, what they've done, they've tried to make it really easy to globally edit your site. What that means is that there's less manual work of making all your pages and stuff like that look and feel the same, so you have that same branding across your site, across your funnels. So on your theme settings here, you're able to see the different standard default settings for the theme that you selected, as well as the colors and things like that. What we're able to do from here is we can go down to the style guide. There is another way to get to it. I'm just going to go through it right over here. And this is where we can start to set those global settings. So first up, we're going to have our fonts. It gives you a example of what it's going to look like. And you're able to come in here and change up the different fonts that are being used by default. So when you go and you're building your funnel, doing your blog, whatever it might be, if you select title and you go and you make it a large, extra large, by default, it's going to come up as you see over here. So it makes it really easy to set your branding up. Then there's less work to go and change the sizes manually or change the font, whatever it might be. You've kind of set it all up and you're just going through and you're just changing it as you need to. After that, we're going to drop down to your colors. Now this is the part where I've seen people get a bit confused and struggle a little bit. Right here is theme colors, all right? So what you're able to do is select different colors over here. So you can start to select different colors if you don't want the blue, or you want to add whatever it might be, so that when you're editing, as you can see here, this is your lightest background, and that's a setting we'll get to as well. You're able to select one of the theme colors, and you can really start to brand out your theme the way you want to. You aren't stuck at only using the colors by default on your theme. People were getting confused, thinking that they're kind of stuck to whatever the theme colors are. You are able to set your theme colors so that when you're going through, you can change out all the separate pieces of your theme that you need to, that you can really get your own color branding and color palette coming into your stuff. Also, just remember that you're not limited to these colors either. When you're inside your funnel hub, whatever it might be, you're able to manually override certain pieces. Say you want to have a different color in one of the headlines that's not part of your regular theme colors. You are able to go ahead and do that and change it up. So you can have, maybe you want to add a little bit of intensity somewhere and you make it a bright red. You're able to do that. You can change the font, the size, the color, the spacing, whatever you need to do. You can do that manually while you're inside the funnel. So you don't have to think, okay, whatever I'm setting in my theme colors is the only colors I'm going to be able to use. It's just a guideline. It's just a way of globalizing all your changes so you can keep the same feel and brand across your entire funnel hub, blog, whatever you're working on. After that, we're going to go ahead and get over to our shadows. Very simple. They give you the 3 different options and you're able to edit those out. Again, it's a nice way to very quickly change the shadows, whether you want a deeper, darker shadow or a very light shadow that's very soft. You're able to go ahead and do that. We're also able to do the same with borders. It's going to be dotted, different colors, the different size of the stroke, and it will go ahead and it'll give you an example of what it's going to look like should you set it that way. After that, we have buttons, a great way, obviously, of framing your call to actions and stuff like that. And they've made it really simple and really nice as well in 2.0, where you have the different styles. So it's the different colors or styles, whatever you want to say. But you're also able to edit the different states of the button. So as an example, our default might be gray, but when you hover it, it turns to blue. Now we can go to the press section, and let's say we change it to black. What that means is we hover, we go blue, but when we press, we hit black. It's very, very simple, but it's a nice way to add some extra effect to your funnel, as well as, spruce up your call to action a little bit, which is what you want your clients to be smashing on, of course. From there, you're also able to change the size, the fonts, as well as you're able to go ahead and change the border, how thick it is, or if you want a border or not. You can change the corners, and you can start to add your shadows in here as well. You can also edit those so you can get it to look exactly the way you want your buttons to look, which is really nice. You're also able to obviously create different buttons because you might want different ways of having a call to action. You might have 3 different tiers and you could have different color call to action buttons or whatever you want to do, different styles, so you can maybe accentuate your most popular one but still have the other 2 available. So that's really cool in the 2.0 editor. And lastly, we're able to also edit our corners so that when we're quickly adding on how we want our corners to look on our stuff, we can create different styles and we can very quickly add the styles to our corners. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into the dashboard area. Okay, we're going to drop into domains. Now, this is where we're able to add our own custom domain. Also a very important part about branding, as well as building up your SEO ranking and how Google weights your site as well. Okay, so it's quite simple. If you've gone ahead and bought your domain through Clickfunnels, this is already done. If you've bought it through another provider such as GoDaddy or Namecheap, it's going to be very simple to add it. We're going to go ahead and connect existing domain. We'll type the domain in, whatever that might be. So what we do is we go ahead, we add in our domain. So I'm just going to check example dot and then to my domain over here. I'm going to hit continue. Now, if you've bought it through a provider like GoDaddy or Namecheap or Google, whatever it might be, Clickfunnels have made it very easy to get these records added to your DNS settings, whereby it'll do it automatically for you. The way that works, you go ahead, it'll prompt you to log into your DNS provider or domain provider, and it'll go and add all the settings. Now, in my case, although I bought it through GoDaddy, my name servers are hosted via Namecheap, so this option doesn't work for me. So when I'm doing it, I have to go and do it manually. And if you also get to the automatic setup and it doesn't work, you're also then able to go select the manual option, whereby we log into your domain provider and we go and we put the records in. You can also contact somebody to help you for this as well if need be. But the gist of it is you would click over here, you would see the settings you need, and then it's going to prompt you with the settings, the host name, what type of record it's going to be, as well as the data you need to add to the record. In my case, it goes through my cPanel, where I drop down to my zone editor to add stuff in. In your case, it's going to be a bit different depending on what domain you're using, what domain host you're using. But this can take a while to propagate, which can be a bit confusing for people because I add it and then they don't see it happen immediately. You do need to give it some time to propagate and get all the records in. I know it has been a little bit slow of late, so just do have patience. It's quite straightforward. If you do need help, please feel free to reach out and we'll guide you as best we can. Beyond that, you might need to ask somebody else to kind of install it for you if you're not coming right. But it should be pretty straightforward for you. Next, we're going to go check out the email settings so we can see how to get your email stuff set up correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the marketing settings underneath the marketing tab. You're going to fill out all the information as you see below. You unsubscribe, you can customize the footer text here. You can have the Clickfunnels badge here, or you can hide it, of course. This is a link that's going to be in the footer. You're going to say powered by Clickfunnels. So in my case, because I am a Clickfunnels user and my business actively needs Clickfunnels and promotes Clickfunnels, I would leave it on. But you might have a coaching business or something else where you're just wanting to use the builder to promote your stuff. You go ahead and hide that badge. From there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to want to start adding this stuff in. But you'll see that you won't be able to add it until you scroll up, go over to email addresses, and you actually go and add your email address in. So once you go and add your email address in, what's going to happen, you're going to be able to come back to your general settings and you'll be able to select what addresses. So you could have multiple addresses here. You might have your personal at your domain, you might have an info at your domain, you might have a sales, you might have a help, whatever it might be, a billing department. You could have different email addresses so that people know what email addresses that they're applying to. But furthermore than that, you're going to need to add your DKIM keys. Now I've already added this to my root domain. Once you go over to DKIM, it's going to give you the record that you need to go ahead and add into your DNS settings on your backend. So that again will be the same as under your domain, your DNS settings under your domain provider. You're going to go there and you're going to add in your DKIM record. What that basically is, it is verifying that that email address does in fact belong to you and your domain. And this also helps your email deliverability, which means that instead of it going to the spam or the promotions folder where people generally don't check their mail and they're never going to see what you're sending them, it's more likely to land up in their inbox where they're able to read your mails and hopefully come back to your funnel and make a purchase or sign up for something, whatever you're kind of aiming for. After that, we can go down to your settings area. This is where you're able to name your workspace. So if you are on the Funnel Hacker package, you get 3 workspaces, which means effectively you could have 3 different businesses and you can name the different workspaces so you don't get lost as to what workspace you're in. You're also able to do your order number format and stuff like that if you need to. And also under the settings area, you can come down and start to select different themes. So what a theme is, basically it's a template. It's a template for your entire site, and it's going to be you can basically be able to have different themes. It's a very quick way of choosing a style you want that you're going for, like a look and feel of your funnel hub, of your pages and stuff like that. But again, when we're building out funnels and such, we're most likely going to be a little bit more customized as to what we're doing, because we really want to hone down into our niche, into our prospective client, and build it with them in mind rather than just looking at a general template that everybody could be using. We're also from here able to go into your styles. You can create different style guides as well. So let's say you have like a red, white, and black style guide. You might have like a St. Patrick's green style guide. So when we're creating funnel pages, we can import those style guides, and another quick way of creating stuff branded all in the same way with the same colors. And what you're able to do as well is from this point, you can start to edit over here the actual designs of the style guides. You're able to go in here, you're able to go in and start making the changes you need to do. Just remember that when you are making the changes, whatever that might be, you need to make sure you hit on the update button. Otherwise, everything you've done is going to be for nothing. Hit the update button and that'll go ahead and change and save what you've just set. Lastly, we're going to get over to the payment AI setup. This is really straightforward. You just go ahead and plug in all the details. In like this case, I would select South Africa as this business I'll be running on this specific workspace is going to be South African based. From here, you just go and select the country you're doing. You're going to go ahead and yes, you're not on the restricted items list. And then again, obviously make sure you tick so you're following their privacy policy terms and conditions. We go over the next step, and then you just kind of go ahead and add in all the information that needs to be added over here. What will happen is they're going to basically look at reviewing it. While it's under review, you're still able to conduct business and take in sales. You just won't be able to draw those funds until your review is completed. They might ask you for additional documents, to prove your business and all that kind of stuff, or whatever it might be. But it's a very, very simple setup, and this is the only way you're going to be able to take payments with inside ClickFunnels. Once you're in Payments AI, you will be able to connect your Stripe account or connect your PayPal account, and now have other payment providers start being able to connect it as well in future. I will go ahead and create a video out on that as well at some point if you do need some extra help with doing those kind of things. And that is it. That is our quick start guide. It really is that simple, guys. I just want to remind you now, if you found that useful, make sure to smash that like button, click on subscribe, hit the notification reminder icon. What that means is obviously when I launch a new video, you're going to get notified that I've put a new video out, so you can keep up to date with all the latest content as well as tips and tricks, and possibly some amazing competitions going to be coming in the near future as well. Again, I've got the free Facebook group, the link is in the description, as well as if you haven't joined Your First Funnel Challenge, or maybe you have, but you're looking to get a custom design template for your niche, your business, your offer, as well as a free course on building funnels, then go ahead and use the link below in the description for joining the Your First Funnel Challenge, which is the 5-day challenge. What I'm going to be doing for the next couple of videos is starting to dive into the different types of funnels that there are, such as free plus shipping funnels, we have tripwire funnels, we have SLO funnels, etc. We're going to go into those and start giving you an idea of what you can start implementing in your business today. So these funnels can be applied to pretty much any business you can think of. It's just about different ways of implementing it in your business, in your strategies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.